Oh, I love a good messy movie, so let's go ahead and do a disturbing movie recap on The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. And as always, spoilers ahead. So the movie's about this husband and wife, Albert and Georgina, and Albert is in the mafia, and he is loud, rude, and he thinks he can do whatever he wants. And then one day, him and his buddies decide that they want to take over this very high scale restaurant. And Albert is just a walking problem that causes chaos. And Georgina is sick of it. And Richard the chef, yeah, he's not having any of this. Like, the restaurant starts losing money because nobody wants to be at the restaurant and around Albert and his gang. And do you know who definitely doesn't want to be around him? His wife. She's bored and she's tired of being dragged down to that restaurant. Well, one day she's at the restaurant and she meets Michael. And Michael owns a bookstore. Georgina starts having an affair with Michael. And you're rooting for Georgina. Like, the restaurant staff is helping keeping this affair a secret. Albert's too busy being abusive that he doesn't realize his wife is hooking up in the kitchen with another man. But people are sick of Albert's antics, and one woman has the nerve to tell Albert about his wife and her little affair. And Albert responds by taking a fork to her cheek. Albert's ready for war. He goes, when I see Michael, I'm going to take him out and I'm going to eat him. And Georgina is scared, so she decides to hide out at Michael's bookstore. Richard the chef is helping out by making sure food is getting delivered to Georgina. And they want to make sure nobody knows where Georgina is at. Richard has this one young kid that works for him doing the deliveries, but hold up, Albert gets a hold of this kid and he tortures the kid until he gets some information. And like, they do him dirty. Poor thing ends up in the hospital and we see Georgina visiting him. Meanwhile, Albert got the information that he needed, so him and the gang roll up on Michael and they take Michael out. Michael passes away by being fed pages from his own book. And when Georgina sees what they've done to Michael, she goes, oh hell nah. And she calls up Richard. The movie ends with Georgina getting revenge on Albert. Albert's all confused, he's defensive, and Georgina's like, shut up, we're here because I have a special treat for you. And Georgina made sure to call up all the people that Albert did dirty. And then from there we see Richard the chef bring out Albert's special treat. Ta-da! Did anybody order a Cook bookstore owner? That's right, Georgina makes Albert eat the body of Michael right there in front of everybody. This is about to be a people eating people moment. Albert proceeds to eat the meat and he visibly doesn't like it, but Georgina doesn't care. While he's eating, Georgina takes him out. Georgina looks at Albert in disgust and calls him a people eating people person.